We're back for the algorithm. We're back for it.
For the algorithm. Mm-hmm.
I named this Kanye's Nightmare just because this is Kanye's. Well, that's kind of a dark thing to start with, but
we can't stray away from the dark subjects today.
but it is. This is Kanye's Nightmare.
Yeah.
Jewish people and black people communicating. But yeah, Cam, how you doing, Cam?
I'm okay. I'm tired. I left my energy drink on my desk across the room, so that's tough.
You're always sipping an energy drink. Anytime
I'm
I see
always
you,
sipping an energy drink.
even
I've
when you were in the car, I like glanced at the cup holder. I was like, oh, there's an energy. That's the first time an energy drink has ever been in this car. Like,
I'll always look at people like vaping, and I'm like, I would never do that. As I take a sip of my energy drink,
I mean,
I've definitely tweeted that before, but
everyone's got something. Everyone has their thing.
everyone's got
No
something.
one is
Yeah.
like, it is what it is, man. We all do something.
Yeah.
But last time you said you had a wild conversation with your last, like, before we recorded last time, when you were having your formal Jewish family dinner.
Oh, right. Well, okay. Maybe the specifics of that. But, okay.
Is this
Tangentially related.
Is it? Wait, is this connected? Is this? Will this tie
This is
in?
connected. Oh, to the other thing we were going to talk about? Probably not. But we can start with some. I don't know. Let's get right to it. Were you spanked as a kid?
Yeah, I'm black. That's
Right.
That's how it goes, man. Not spanking
Yeah.
is some white people stuff. That is like, if you see a black person, just assume they at least were spanked or slapped or something. Like, boy, get like a smack across the face. Like, that's just how it goes, man.
Yeah. There was a Kevin Lang, I think is his name. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He does these like he'll have like 5 people in morph suits, and it's like 4 black people and 1 secret white person.
Oh.
And they asked that question once where they were like, "Did you get spanked as a kid?" And everyone was like, "Yes, yes, yes." And one was like, "No, that's abuse." And they're like,
Yes.
Boundaries.
Yes. That. I mean, this is problematic, and if I
this is a problematic discussion that we're having right now.
if I were to,
But
I don't want kids, but if I were to have kids, I like to think I wouldn't spank them. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in this community too deep. So it's just, I don't know. I don't see spanking as like I was spanked for. I mean, I was a pretty good kid, but like it was just I didn't see it even while I was getting like punished or whatever. I didn't see it as I am being so abused right now. My parents are. It was just like that's what happens, man. Like you get slapped. Like were you?
I was actually. And I also am like, I don't know if I want to have kids, but I don't think I would.
I don't think I have it in me to like smack a child.
I don't think I could smack a child. Yeah,
especially like if it's my
look at
child.
my dad. Like, how did you do that? That was like some other tweet I saw where it was like, what was it? It was like thinking about like your parent yelling at me and being like, "Why are you yelling at me? I'm 4. I love you." Something like that. This is so dark. This is so
dark,
not
hey.
the way to start this episode.
But at the same, as someone who lives with a 5-year-old, not that I've ever yelled at my like niece or anything, but I'm like it's very annoying. So I mean, hey, I love my niece, but like it's.
Should we cut this? Should we cut the spanking?
No, this is fine.
No? Alright.
I mean, we're gonna, this might be later than what we're gonna go into, so.
Fair enough.
This is the Midwest emo.
For the algorithm, the dark episode, and it's episode 2.
But man, it's just I don't know. That's a very white thing. Like when people talk about like whenever I'm scrolling and I see like spanking is child abuse, and whoever does it doesn't they don't love the kids. Like my parents love me. But at the same time, a lot of abusers do love the people that they are abusing. So it's like, what really is the argument here? Like, you can abuse someone and love them. Like I even though
Right.
you're just a bad person, like just like you could love someone and cheat on them, like. But it doesn't like excuse it. But like you may still feel love for that person, even though you're hurting them. But like, I don't know. This is a dark.
Yeah. Normalized cultures of abuse in certain communities.
Is this where the Jewish and the black community connect? Like, with spanking their kids?
I don't know. I'll have to ask around my other Jewish friends if they got spanked.
A bell. There was like a wooden spoon that my dad got, and he wrote my name on it. Like, it was like a wooden, and like it was like a big thing, and he wrote my name on it, and he would just have it on the top like of the shelf or whatever. And it was like if I ever acted up, he would he would get the spoon. It was like a big and that hurt. That was like a. I'll see that spoon sometimes, and I'm like, memories, but like,
oh my memories.
Lord! A belt, anything, man. Like, did you ever have to pick your own switch? This is a thing in the black community. Okay, this is a thing in the black community where they like say you're
I've
out.
definitely heard of that, but I did not have to do that. Yeah,
you're like driving and you're acting up in the car. They stop, they pull over to the side of the road, and they have you pick a random stick or object, and that's you're picking the item that you're about to get slapped with. Like, so it's kind of like you're like looking. You're like, what would hurt me the least? You're like looking through like a pile of things, like what could potentially hurt me the least.
Now I'm just thinking of when in 50 Shades of Grey. Bad comparison to
Whoa!
me. But when she goes into the red room and she's looking at all this stuff.
Oh no.
She's like picking out what she wants.
Is this your game room?
I shouldn't say that.
Like
I
Xbox?
shouldn't say that, actually. That's so...
No, one take Jake.
One take Jake.
One take Jake.
So bad.
No
this
cuts.
Is so bad.
No cuts.
No. I'm not comparing the two.
Cam just compared BDSM to childhood spanking.
No, it's just what I thought.
I bet there is a connection to people who are into that. But
my cat is screaming.
I bet there is a connection, man. Is your cat crying?
He is crying. Come here. Come say hi. But don't unplug any of the cables, please.
Hello, Mouse. Isn't that Mouse?
It's Mouse. Hi, Mouse. We would never spank you.
I've seen people like hit dogs. Oh, this is another thing. A difference between white and black people is white people. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. Like I have seen black people who really are pet people, but white people love their pets in a deeper type of way that black people, we don't let our pets on furniture. Like say a dog, it like puts his paw or tries to get on the couch. No, we don't let dogs on couches. We don't let dogs on beds or any pet. It's like white people, they're like that pet. Like with black people, the pet is the pet. Like with white people, the pet is like a family member. Like they're in family photos. Like Noob has a dog, but you wouldn't even know he has a dog because that dog is a dog. Like it's not. It's
no,
not
I'm like, Mouse, come on my
thing.
bed, please. Mouse, come hang out. Hi, best friend.
But
Are you gonna go sit over there?
White people love their pets, man. It's like it's a thing. I always wonder. I'm like, what? I'm like, how did this happen, man? Like,
what is this cultural divide?
Yeah, like the way white people love their pets to this level.
I wonder. I don't know. Hi. Don't bite me though, please. I want to get distracted. Um,
Oh yeah,
should
but
we get to our lighter topic that we have
the
on deck?
the later topic. So, Alex Jones. Do you know how Alex Jones is undergoing like I think he got charged where he has to pay like millions of dollars, like most of his net
Yeah,
worth.
was it billions? Was it in the no?
It was
Maybe
like
it was hundreds of millions.
it was his net worth because they don't charge people they tend to not charge people more than they could reasonably make.
Yeah.
So
But I know he has to like liquidate his assets, doesn't he? Like to pay all the families,
yeah,
which
but
I guess is still technically your assets are still part of your.
so
Yeah. Anyway.
when the whole Sandy Hook event happened, he was doing this whole campaign like harassing family members, which it wouldn't
Right.
be. I mean, it'd still be bad, but if it was just one guy online going like Sandy Hook didn't happen, the kids they didn't exist, they're all actors. That I mean, that's online. But
Yeah.
it was the fact that he got his millions of supporters like to harass these family members like
Right.
for years. For years he denied this, and it was just messed up,
Oh,
man. Alex Jones is a
I'm
weird guy.
cheating. I'm looking this up for myself. But I guess
But
he started
recently
crying.
there's this video going around. Yeah, because he has to sell his ranch to pay for
Uh-huh.
to pay the fees, man. So he's crying about it. That's what's been
Can you share? Let me see. Oh no,
what
I don't think so. I was gonna say we could play it on here, but that would require me to download the video from Twitter, and then
I guess you could like
it'd
screen
just be a whole
record
thing.
or something. I don't know. That's a whole thing.
Oh, that's true. I could share my screen, but
but
sure, why not?
that was the thing. It was, man. And the divide I've seen is like people are saying, so he did a bad thing. Like, why does he have to pay all his life? It's like this is worse than a bad thing. You literally ruin, like, you're speaking on the dead, bro.
Yeah,
Imagine like if someone like said my dead homies did not exist and I was like lying about them, I would be like, I hate you forever. Like, well, okay, if they said
yeah, it's
that, that's
actually
okay.
like
But if
so
they
fucked up.
created a campaign to where the world, like
Mhm.
millions of people, were all like harassing me, talking about this, I would hate you forever. Like, that's not.
It's a
This cannot
crazy,
be.
yeah. Like you hear about it so much that you forget the gravity of it. Like there was a mass shooting of like little kids, and he was just like, no,
Yeah,
didn't happen.
it was sick. I saw the videos where he was. They were like, because it was footage for like a news, like they were interviewing the parents for the news, and it was like some behind the scenes footage where they were like laughing and talking to each other. They're like, look at him laughing. No
Hmm.
one with a child who's not alive would laugh. I'm like, have you been to like a funeral? There's people laugh at funerals. All
Yeah.
no one when people are sad or going through something, they're not just in a state of sadness all the time. There's gonna be like a moment where
Hmm.
like something funny could happen, and or like you recall something you think about, like you're at a funeral and the person is dead, but and then you like remember something they did and you laugh about it even though it's a sad
Hmm.
moment overall. Like it was disgusting, man. Like when I
Yeah,
seen it happen.
that's pretty terrible.
But
I'm seeing what people are saying on here.
he has a lot of defenders. Why does Alex Jones? I saw the first time I ever saw Alex Jones, he was talking about lizard people. So I discounted his entire
Right.
his entire thing. I was
And
like,
as I
okay,
understand it, we're the lizard people.
oh yeah, the Jewish lizard people.
Yeah, but oh my lord. Oh, and he's saying the feds are doing it and not the state of Connecticut.
Like
Oh, these are
you have
so
to sell your
the Alex
ranch.
Jones
Oh
trial
no.
was low key so funny. Yeah, tough shit.
I never did
Anything
you. What was the
else?
Alex Jones trial like? Like how did that go down?
I don't remember a lot of it now, but it was just a mess. Cause like he couldn't deny what he did. And
It's on
I remember
camera.
his
It's
lawyer was really bad. I think his lawyer, wait, oh, let me look this up. He was a lawyer that like he worked with other famous clients, unless I'm confusing. Oh no, different guy. This guy was suspended. Um, over. I wish my memory were better. I
One take, Jake.
Off topic, but I saw a friend from high school yesterday who remembered things about my life that I didn't even remember. Like he was like, "Are you
That's
still
freaky when that happens.
doing XYZ?" And I was like, "Dude, I forgot about that." I was like, "I envy your memory. Like that's crazy." But he was sharing confidential documents with Alex Jones, and so he was suspended for 6 months. But I think this is
Oh
separate
man,
from. There was a court case
from
recently
the
where a
Sandy
guy
Hook.
was no, because I think this was in Texas. Oh man, what was it? There was a court case where the lawyer, like in Texas, was not qualified or like he wasn't like certified to practice law in Texas. But I can't remember what that case was. The question is, does editing Cameron put on
Are
the
you
screen what I was talking
are
about?
you going to? Are you do you watch the when did you watch the entire thing when you were like editing this, or did you just slap
I
it
did.
and move on?
I watched the whole thing. I realized eventually that I could do playback at double speed. So I about a third of the way through I started watching it at double speed, but I did watch the whole thing back.
I knew you. I knew at least if you didn't add any edits. And I was watching. I was like, "Where are the edits?" Like I was sitting there, like,
Yeah.
"There's gonna be a jump cut somewhere."
There were a couple moments where I was like, I would say we should put in an edit here or something, and then I didn't. And I was like, they're gonna think I didn't watch this. They're gonna think I didn't actively watch this whole episode.
I know. Like I
Like,
was
no, I didn't forget.
Cam obsessing over the minute details.
I can't help it. I was supposed to post a video yesterday, and then I decided last minute I want to add music to it. So then I've been like slaving over like, oh, this music isn't right. This music isn't right. I need to find the right music to add. But hopefully that video will go up today.
If
Maybe like
anything,
after
I hope this creates weekly Cam. Just post, bro.
yeah,
Just post.
I do. It's a good way to get into a rhythm of just like filming more. I have a dear 25-year-old me. I don't know if I mentioned. Oh no, I don't think I did. But um that video will also be going up at some point. And I was saying like I hope by the time I'm 25 I've gotten over this like crippling perfectionism where I just can't do anything.
Oh yeah,
But
you're 22.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
was like 25. I remember 25
I know you're
last year.
yeah.
I was like, oh wait.
Oh right. I am being
You're the if this is high school, I'd be like the senior with the Letterman jacket, and you're like
oh
the
jeez.
you're the freshman
I'm a
with the big
freshman, the
glasses,
bumbling freshman. Where are my big
holding the
glasses?
giant stack of books. Like
Yeah. I'm like, wow.
life can be pretty rough in high school. Like
Oh Jesus. What else? What are you doing?
but yeah,
Nope.
post. Just post
Yeah,
anything, man.
I gotta get on it. Project 2025 coming out. By the time this is out, it'll be out. So go
Hey,
watch it, I guess.
hey, that's tight.
Yeah.
Because this will probably be anyway. I don't want to get into logistics
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But what is the most Alex Jones? I feel like he's been relevant in my life for at least. Because I remember I was watching like the Young Turks when I was like
Right.
15 years old, and Alex Jones was being discussed on there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
He has.
11
He's
years
been a
right
big
there.
figure for a long time. And
Wait,
it's
when did Sandy Hook happen? When was that?
oh
'Cause that,
god. Yeah, I don't know.
let me see.
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because it's making everything go really slow.
Yeah, you're like all. It might be like a little laggy
I'm
when
all
you're
it's gonna look really bad in the
when you're watching this.
yeah. And I'm watching it like freeze on my face and like
Oh, this is 2012. Okay, dang, that's like what?
okay.
That's 12 years ago. Because it's
Yeah.
2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
I remember being in high school when that happened. Like, I remember that was like one of the. Because I guess. Oh, this will be the school shooting episode. Like. Because I guess. Because we've become. I was a child at the time where I was so accustomed to school shootings in the news. So it wasn't like a. Like Columbine.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah, where you were like, oh
this was
no.
definitely around that time where there was a bunch of them.
Where you were like, oh, no. But the thing that separated Sandy Hook was that it wasn't like an angry student. It was just some guy like going into like an elementary school. Like usually it'd be like an angry kid at like a high school doing this.
Yeah.
But this was like some guy. Like did he even attend that school as a kid or something? I don't even know.
I don't know.
But
it's good
like,
that he doesn't have a Wikipedia article.
Wasn't it Adam Lanza or no? That was the
yeah, well remembered because I don't remember that. But I'm looking at the Wikipedia article for the shooting, guy? And his name is not Blue.
Was it Adam Lanza? Or was Adam Lanza the Dark Knight guy?
I don't. What's the?
You know the guy who shot up the movie theater at during the Dark Knight premiere?
Oh yeah, but I don't think that was because Adam Lanza was a Sandy Hook guy.
Yeah.
Dark Knight shooting. I will say this is starting to feel like you know those like true crime podcasts where it's like something really horrific will happen and then they're like, get ready for our new episode. I'm so excited.
We could start a true crime podcast.
Oh my god, I could not.
We get a lot of views. That's like the white women love crime. What is up with white women?
I was just gonna say
crime, bro.
Did you see that? Did you see that video? Well, there's so many white women being scared of crime videos. But did you see the one where the woman was like, I'm not gonna put my cart away? She was like, I'm not gonna put my groceries in the cart and then put my kid in the car and then leave my kids in the car to put my cart away. And I'm like, okay, then bring your kids to put the cart away. Like this.
I wasn't referring to them like thinking crime will happen to them. I mean that is a thing. But I mean,
but they're just like fixated on it.
White women listen to crime podcasts. When I would be at work and I had like all these like, I worked at like a retail store before where it was all like white women between the ages of 19 and 23, and they were about their crime podcasts. They can't watch horror movies. They don't like horror movies, but they will sit in the dark, or they will fall asleep watching a documentary, and the Bayside Strangler threw them off the bridge limb by limb. I'm like, okay, this is this is what you do, yeah. And then but like a jump scare in a horror movie, no, like
it's too much.
that's a little too much.
Yeah. I will say, like freshman year of college, I did like JCS criminal psychology a lot, but I would see like adjacent true crime videos like in the recommended, and I was just like, this is kind of bizarre because they would be like, and then blah 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 killed someone, and I was like, why are we talking about it like this? Like this feels, I don't know.
The obsession with serial killers kind of freaks me out, man. Like when someone is like when someone is in too deep into serial killers, I do judge them. Like,
yeah,
like if that's a hobby for you, where like you memorize all the serial killers, you know their body and they always have a crazy low body count. That's like, I don't want to say like unimpressive because it's not impressive to do that, but it'll be like from the span of 1970 to 1985. He had 7 victims. I'm like, that's like, you couldn't get those numbers any higher? Like, like that was it?
I did also see something recently, though, that was like, and maybe this should have been obvious, but it was like either in the 70s or 80s was when they first started talking about like the idea of a serial killer, and it was just a way of like attributing a bunch of murders to one person, to close a bunch of cases at once. So I wonder how many
it was for that purpose?
Like I wonder how many people got away with murders because they were just blamed on like a serial killer.
Yeah, if you got one guy, then you can just pin all these other various
Yeah.
murders on them. But it's always crazy because like I know like it'll be like this person had 5 victims in the span of 15 years. I'm like I know people on the block who have more. And, anyway, cutting away, I have more than that. But like it's like this is not like the white woman obsession. What is with the white woman?
Mm-hmm.
Why do these white women like they contact the serial killers while they're in jail and they're like marrying them, man? Like this is some
Right.
crazy stuff.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I guess maybe they're the ultimate bad boy. Maybe that's the
That's what
real.
I was gonna say. It's like a I can fix him type thing.
That's not that's not something I'm trying to fix.
Yeah. I grew out of that by the time I was.
Did you have the I could fix him phase? Did
I definitely had a like. Oh, he's. This was in. Okay. I was. I had a boyfriend in middle school,
Oh man, well
and he
that's
was a
okay.
dick.
Anyone who
He
had a
was a
boyfriend
dick
in
to
middle
everyone
school,
except me.
oh man, that's the
He was
worst.
just like a. He was an asshole, but he was nice to me, and I was like, I'm gonna. I like. I can. I don't know. I can turn him around. And then eventually he just started being a dick to me too. And I was like, oh, yeah,
But in that age
that's how
range,
these
from
things
like
go.
12 to like 17ish, that is a game where you're like, if you're rude to everyone but except one person, then they feel really special.
Hmm.
Like just by
Yeah.
comparison to how you normally are. Like if you give everyone the cold shoulder, and then you're like
Hmm.
walk up to one girl, you're like, hey, and then you like just continue down the hall ignoring everyone else. They're like, it's like swoon, like it's
The
like game
Nate
is game.
Jacobs treatment.
Yeah. Oh man, I can
I
fix him.
definitely. Oh, Nate Jacobs. If he weren't played by Jacob Elordi, I would not care though. So.
Did you have emotional? I remember your tweets about Euphoria with your like. I was like, you were you not that you were like I can fix him, but you were just like I feel bad for this character. Like you had.
Hmm. I'm gonna look up. I don't think I put the word euphoria in most of my tweets. If I look up euphoria in my tweets, it probably won't come up with much. But I watched the first season of Euphoria and I hated it. I don't even know if I got through the whole um first
did
season because I was so like put off by
did you
some of
even
the
finish it?
content.
It's wild because
I don't know if I finished it because
I heard that season one is better as like a written show than season two. But I don't know. Like I heard season
season
two is
two
just
is like
stupid.
ridiculous. Yeah, season two is like schlock, which is why I liked it better because it was so like stupid and like the plot lines didn't make any sense. Season one was like there was some part of what I didn't like about it was that it captured some things that did happen at my high school or that happened with me in high school that I was like, okay, trauma, I don't want to think about this.
Oh man, it
But
was
then
like
season
two.
two was like so stupid that I was like, okay, I'll watch this.
Oh, there's a lot. I just typed in. I just went to your Twitter and typed in Nate, and
Yeah, there's
there's
actually a bunch.
also Shiv and Nate are both so hot. I cannot get over it.
Is that in the Euphoria? I see the finished Euphoria and I thought I was done being attracted to Australian actors playing characters named Nate, and then I started watching Succession, which true, Nate on Succession is also fine, but let's see. Yeah, and then here it is. Like TBH, I watched Euphoria in high school and there were aspects of my life reflected, but it didn't make me feel seen or understood. It just really freaked me out that my trauma made good television.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like a cathartic experience watching where you were like, yeah, I
No, it
went
was
through
like I'm
that.
gonna throw up. I was like, I can't. But yeah. Oh God. And Sam Levinson is his own special kind of person, as we know.
I'm so broken.
Um,
It took me an embarrassingly long time to officially dislike Nate. Like I'm watching other people react to season two now, and they'll go, "He's so," and I'm expecting them to say "hot," and then it's almost always go be something to the effect of terrifying.
I can't even find that tweet.
I'm
What did you look up?
I just
What did you
typed
look
in
up? Did you
Nate.
look up Nate?
I
Oh,
just
I looked up Euphoria.
I
Okay,
just
let's
went to
see.
your page and typed in Nate.
Oh no, there's a bunch of Nate tweets.
I told you there's a lot of
Oh
these.
no. Look, look, this is 2022, okay?
This was 2 years
different.
ago.
That's I was a baby. Oh my god. Oh,
There's a lot
Nate
of Nate.
reminds me of someone in my life that I encountered in college. So maybe that's why I knew not to like him in high school, and then I had different feelings on him in college.
Man, I'm glad I never went through
Um,
this era of life of toxic. I'm glad. I'm almost glad I spent that era getting in just violent altercations and trying not to get shot. Like when I like this isn't specific to you. This is just in general when people talk about
mhm,
like their past and stuff. I'm like, man, I was like I was not doing this. Like
yeah.
I did not have friends that were like that was the thing. Like I may have been in like a violent environment, but I had like all my friends were like I'd die for you, bro. Like it was like we're the brothers. Like we're in here together. We're all in this. Like I never
Mhm.
had like a toxic relationship sort of friend group or anything, man. But that sounds
Oh
stressful.
man.
I will take uh getting almost stabbed over these Nate tweets I'm seeing, man.
Oh, I'm so embarrassing.
The worst part
I'm
is when I watched
so
season 1 in 2019, I immediately hated Nate with every fiber of my being. And in the 3 years since then, I've become more amicable to him. Life really messes with your head sometimes. You,
so true. Becoming more amicable to Nate is crazy.
oh, amicable. I said amicable. I added a B in there.
Amicable.
Amicable. Nah, but man.
I'm getting distracted from my cat.
But like, yeah, but middle school, high school, that's all. If you any dating that goes down in like middle school, I'm like that. Like when people say I had my first boyfriend at 11, I'm like, no, you didn't. I'm just like, no, that doesn't count, man. I'm not like, no, you didn't.
I mean, yeah. No, we're not gonna talk about that.
I'm
Never
like, no,
mind.
you didn't.
Mhm.
Who is the creator that did the Idol and all that? Well, Sam Levinson. Isn't
Yeah,
he like not even going to be involved in season? Well, can they even make? Because the one guy is not alive anymore,
right.
and he was in that vampire movie that I saw recently. I was like, oh, that's him.
Oh. Oh, yeah, he was in a movie recently because they talked about it on Red Letter Media, but I don't remember what the movie
Yeah,
was called.
it was called Abigail,
Um,
and he basically plays the
Alan.
same character that he was in Euphoria, a very slow
Yeah.
talking uh, man.
I think they found him when they were like location scouting.
Hmm.
Like they just he was just some guy, like he wasn't an actor, and they were like, we like your vibe, we want to put you in the show. So it kind of makes sense that they just always have him playing himself.
And when I was watching Abigail, I was like, this guy was definitely just some guy. He definitely was not an
Yeah.
actor. Because he was not delivering those lines well. Everyone was out acting him. Every single
Yikes.
character was out. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but I mean, this was.
Yeah. May his memory be a blessing, but he wasn't a great actor.
But he did okay in Euphoria because that was. It's kind of like when
It
50
worked,
Cent
yeah.
played 50 Cent in the movie about 50 Cent. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
of course, in the Get Rich or Die Trying movie, this is a believable role because
Hmm.
he's playing 50 Cent. Like, but man,
Oh man, I need my.
are you looking at your energy drink?
I really am. I'm looking at my energy drink and I'm looking at my cat. And I'm just like, all I need is a cat and an energy drink. I'm
how
getting it.
how old is that cat?
He is, let's see. We got him when my parents divorced, which was, I was like 9. So he's like 13-ish. somewhere in that range. But he was a shelter cat, so I don't know how
Oh
old he
yeah,
was when we got him.
he could have
So we'll
been
call him
various
14.
ages.
I have been looking at like my friend convinced because my friend will send me lots of like her Twitter is just like little animals and stuff. And so she'll just send me cute animal videos and then she's like, your Twitter sucks because my Twitter is like politics and whatever. And so she convinced me to create a separate Twitter account that's just for like pictures of animals that I can go on when I feel like going on Twitter and not
And not,
destroying my brain. But I keep seeing all these like kittens and I'm like, I can't believe Mouse was like a little baby kitten once and I didn't get to see it.
oh, you never saw
He was just
him as a
he
baby?
was just a little dude when they have like no ears, when they're like really little. Like they barely even look like cats. And I'm like, I can't believe you looked like that once. Like that's crazy.
Because I've seen Mouse in like every one of your videos. Like going back to like old, you'll like mention Mouse,
Yeah.
or you'll be like Mouse, and you're like a
Mouse.
child. That kid has seen you for like what? You're 22, and
22.
you got it when
Yeah.
you were not. That cat's been with you like longer than you've been alive. Like more, you've been alive. How did word
Yeah,
this? Like
right.
it's been for
Yeah.
most of your life. Yeah.
He's like lying down and I went mouse and his head went like that. He's like, "What?" Well, we're just talking about you. What? Okay, you can go back to sleep. It's fine.
I'm like somewhat allergic. I can be around cats and it's all good, but if it's like
Mhm.
prolonged and I start getting the allergies and stuff.
Oh, yeah. At one point, one of my friends in high school, we would just keep Allegra at the house because we just knew she'd taken Allegra right when she got here.
I was staying at someone's house for like a weekend before, and they had a cat, but all the claws were like removed from them. So it was,
Mm.
and it's been years. Like that, I think they
Hmm.
got the claws removed when it was like really young, just so it wouldn't like
Yeah.
scratch up the furniture. But it would still
Hmm.
like behave as if he had claws, so it'd like jump on something and try to catch, and it would just slide to the ground.
Oh,
Like he'd like leap to a bench and like land his hands and then just fall to the ground. I'm like, you should.
that's so sad.
I'm like, you know you don't got claws. Like it's been it's been years. Like
Oh,
why do you keep making this
guy,
mistake?
we're figuring this out.
Like get it together, man.
Mouse. Mouse is so funny. He doesn't bite a lot, but he bit me once. He bit like my arm, and he left a tiny little bite mark. But it was just so cute and little that I wanted to like stick and poke it as a memento because I
That
was just like, oh, that's so.
that's
But that's
peak
so
white.
something that like I was just gonna say that's so something that only cat people get because I was telling this to my friend yesterday and he was like, "Oh, that's so like funny." And I was like, I tried to explain it to my mom who's like not a cat person. She was like, "Don't. Why would you do that?" It's like as a memory so that I always have a piece of him with me. And she's like, "What are you talking about?"
Cat people be freaking me out. The way they'll be like, "Oh, I picked him up and he scratched and he clawed and I have all these bruises and open wounds." But they're like, "But I love him," and I'm like, "Man."
I know being a cat owner is not like being a dog owner. Like dogs will just love you unconditionally.
Yeah, it's
And
like
cats are like, I'm like, Mouse, come hang out. And he's like, I just want to stand over here and yell. And I'm like, no, come hang out with me, please.
I don't really like pets in general, but like
Hmm.
I feel like cats are less work. Like dogs need stimulation. Dog is like a
Yeah.
toddler almost, where like you have to like keep stimulating it all the time, and it wants to go with you everywhere. Like you could like just like come home and the cat's like hey, and then like it just does its own thing. But
Yeah.
dogs are
Mouse is
loyal,
very
man.
clingy, but just at times. Most of the time, he just vibes. He just sleeps a lot of the time. But then he wakes up and is like, pet me, pet me, pet me, pet me. And I'm like, okay, okay.
But dogs are
And
loyal,
I'll just
man.
yell until he
Dogs will
comes
like
home.
if you're like dying, dogs will save you. I'm like that cat will not save your life. That
Yeah.
that cat won't
I don't
save your
even know if I
life.
could get him to like stand in one place long enough to try one of those like pretending to die in front of my pet things. Like I feel like I would put him down. Oops. I feel like I would put him down and he would just be like, "No, I'm leaving." And I'd be like, no, you gotta stay and watch me die.
What's that
And
thing
they'd
where
just be
like
like,
where they I don't know if this is a true thing, but like, well, cats will eat you if you die. Like,
I I think that's happened. Like I feel like there was a story, maybe this is a myth, I don't know, of like some woman who died in her apartment and their cats ate her.
that's
But
disturbing.
not right away. It took a couple days. It would take a couple
If
days.
your cat ate you,
I would
you're
I'd be
looking
like,
down
well,
from like the Jewish. I don't what's the Jewish afterlife like.
I get,
You're
yeah,
looking
I don't.
down, or like I don't know what do Jewish people believe in heaven? Like what angle are you looking
You know,
at Earth from?
there's I don't know the whole like the religious side of it so much. I don't remember. I think there is a heaven. There's definitely not hell. So, but there's some sort of heaven or something, but it's mostly about what you do in the present life. It's not about like getting a better experience when after you die.
Hmm.
At least at my temple, that was always like Tikkun Olam, making the world a better place.
It's so interesting to me how like Judaism is like. I mean, it does make sense for like how ingrained into like a culture and like a race identity it is, but like
Hmm.
how it's more like a culture than it is.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you can be culturally Jewish and not like
Yeah,
religiously
like no one is
Jewish.
like I'm culturally Christian. Like
Yeah.
I've seen culturally Muslim people, I guess, but not to the extent of like Jewish people, where it's
Hmm.
like no like a Muslim person doesn't see that as like a race. Like a Jewish person sees it as like I'm Jewish.
Hmm.
It's not like I'm in like in what are Jewish countries? Like I'm an Israelite. I'm
Hmm.
whatever country they come
Oh, that's
from.
all. Yeah.
I'm not going in that direction. This this is not that kind of
We're
podcast.
we're
But
deep enough into this. At a certain point, well, okay. Yeah. Um um
there's things I could say, but this is one take Jake and not
one take Jake. Don't weaponize Judaism to commit war crimes. That's all I'll say.
This is a
Um
pro Palestine. No, this is a pro.
oh, I mean,
Is
whatever.
it?
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
not like
regarding being
Jewish people
culturally
and
Jewish,
like
I like my grandpa is an usher at our synagogues and he's like super involved with the temple and stuff. And I remember saying to my mom at some point, like I think in high school, I was like, I don't think I believe in God. And she's like, yeah, grandpa doesn't either. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's that then.
is that
Like
temple
that's
all
fine.
the time though?
Yeah. It's
Is
just like, yeah, it's different, I guess.
is just for
But then you'll
culture?
get people like Ben Shapiro who would be like, you're a Gino, you're a Jew in name only. I'm like, okay, you could call me. I don't really care if Ben Shapiro thinks I'm a real Jew.
My mind did not go to Jew in name only when you said you're a gino.
A Gino.
I was like,
You're a what? Hey, yo.
yo, but that is always interesting to me because I didn't like again. I grew up in the Midwest in like a more rural type of area. I'd never
Hmm.
the first Jewish person I ever talked to was Danny B. That was the
Hmm.
literally, and I was like 21 years old. So, and the first one I saw in person, which I'm like, does it? Can someone be half Jewish, or like, how does this work? If you're a
Yeah,
religion,
that's like,
like, can you be
yeah.
half Christian? Like, what does this
Hmm.
mean? Like,
It is funny. I only hear people say they're half Jewish. I never hear someone say I'm half Christian or like half Muslim or half whatever.
like I'm at
And technically, yeah, sorry.
I was at work and this girl was like, I'm half Jewish. I was like, and this was before I ever talked to Danny B or anyone. I was like that just perplexed me. To me, it was like someone saying
Hmm.
like I'm half Buddhist. I'm
Yeah.
like okay, like what does that mean?
Yeah, I guess because it's a cultural thing. I could see if you like celebrate Jewish holidays, but then you like also celebrate Christmas, like if one of your parents is. But technically, Judaism is matrilineal, so if your mom is Jewish, then you're Jewish. But
So Drake. So if you
who's
have
enforcing that?
so if you have a Jewish father, then you're not Jewish.
If you have a Jewish father and a not Jewish mother, I think technically by like Jewish rules, you're not Jewish. But again, like who's enforcing that? Like if you have a Jewish dad and you celebrate the holidays, not to say that oh boy, not to say that celebrating the holidays is what makes you Jew, but it whatever. It doesn't whatever.
I don't know any. I just
um
know the Hanukkah gnomes because I worked at a grocery store for like 3-4 years. So
mhm.
you know the Hanukkah gnomes. Do you get your Hanukkah gnome? You never seen the Hanukkah gnome?
I mean, I can imagine what it looks like,
Hold on, I gotta
but
look up the
I don't think
Hanukkah
I've
gnome.
ever. Let's see, Hanukkah gnomes.
Look up.
Oh wait, sure, yeah, I've seen these, but
I
I've
would
never gotten one.
I would see these all the time.
These are so silly looking. But no, I've never. I don't think owned a Hanukkah gnome. But
I'll get you a Hanukkah gnome for Hanukkah. When is
oh,
Hanukkah?
thank you. It's like when is it? Let's see. When is it in
Oh, it
2024?
changes. It's a
Yeah,
changing holiday.
like a few years ago, it was. This was probably many years ago at this point, but it was in November, and we had Thanksgivica.
Thanksgiving.
But oh, yeah,
Jewish people
in
celebrate Thanksgiving.
2024, it begins on December 25th.
Oh, yo, it's on. It's in sync.
Yeah.
It's in sync. So I could say Happy
Wow.
Hanukkah and Merry Christmas in the same
True.
sentence. Wait,
We
Jewish people
had
celebrate Thanksgiving? I didn't know that.
yeah.
I mean, I guess Thanksgiving is.
That's,
I don't know. I always associate it with Christianity because like a big thing of Christianity is thankfulness. Like, be so
mhm.
thankful that the Lord Jesus sacrificed
Yeah.
himself. Like, it's like a
I
whole
imagine
like that's
in
the whole revolving thing of it. It's like being thankful.
yeah, I imagine in Christian homes maybe Thanksgiving is celebrated differently.
What do you?
Do you have ham on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, ham,
Okay,
turkey.
yeah, we don't have ham.
Because I don't like turkey. There, I
Oh.
I mean I there like turkey is a Thanksgiving thing for like other people, but I hate turkey. I'd rather
Huh.
get chicken. I'd rather get like equivalent to the size of one turkey. Just do that in roasted chicken. Turkey is dry, bro. Turkey be dry all the time.
Yeah, the light meat of turkey is definitely pretty
Dry.
dry.
Give me that ham, but you don't eat pork, right?
I don't eat pork.
Have you ever had pork, or is it just like a
I have. I just don't. Yeah, I don't keep kosher, but I don't eat pork or shellfish. I was gonna say shrimp, but I
yeah?
think the rule is shellfish. Just because I don't like them.
I,
But when I say, "Oh, I don't eat pork," people are like, "Oh,"
you're a devout.
and then
You're
it's
really Jewish.
yeah, they're like, "Oh, is that a okay?" But yeah, then it's like, "Oh, it's not that I'm picky. It's actually I'm just so devoted to this." Yeah,
I don't like fish of any kind. Any if it was from
me
the ocean,
neither.
I'm not. I don't be eating it. I don't be eating it, man.
I can eat like tuna, and that's about it. All other fish, I'm like, nope. And
Mm.
even tuna, I think is pretty not sustainable and not ethical. I don't really eat a
Tuna
lot,
isn't
but tuna
ethical.
salad is good. I don't think so. But tuna salad is like pretty good. But yeah, I don't know.
I got one of those.
Mouse is food. Oh yeah.
I got one of those fitness watches or whatever that like tracks your steps, but it like
Hmm.
links to your phone. So every time
Yeah.
like someone tweets or like if I have like notifications on for some like anytime Danny B tweets, it's like like.
Same thing. I didn't wear mine for a few days just because I went to charge it and then I forgot to put it on in the morning and then I forgot to put it on in the morning again. And then I was wearing it yesterday and I was like, how did I deal with like how do I deal with this? This like constant buzzing.
Every phone call,
But
everything.
yeah, I don't know.
But hey,
Um
I'm glad it's in sync, man. It's a It's like, wait, so does it? Is it always generally at the same time of the year, Hanukkah, or is it like?
Yeah, it's always like near the end of the year.
So there's never like a
Um,
September Hanukkah out of nowhere. Like we're doing it in September this time.
yeah, I don't think it was that far.
You see,
Let's see. Yeah, let's
when was the
see.
earliest Hanukkah?
It can begin as early as November 28th and as late as December 27th, depending on the year.
Hey,
It's the 25th day of Kislev,
now I
which
see
can occur at any time
Thanksgiving.
from late November to late December. Hmm?
Now I'm seeing Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's a
I
Wikipedia
remember
page.
I was still in Hebrew school at that point, so it must have been forever ago.
In
I
2013.
think,
Yeah.
yeah. That's funny that there's a whole
Between
media page for it.
the lunar solar Hebrew calendar, which
Hmm.
reflect both the moon phase and the time of the solar year, and the Gregorian calendar, because the calendars are not calculated the same way. Thanksgiving. It was trademarked by Dana Gittel, a Boston area resident.
Sounds
Does
about
this
right.
need? Sometimes I'm seeing Wikipedia pages. I'm like, did this need a Wikipedia page? Like, I'm
You know
like,
what? Those Wikipedia authors have a lot of fun.
what is? Let me see the Thanksgiving food. What does it say?
Oh, is that
Sweet
a category?
potato, prune,
Yeah.
potato latkes. Is that how it's said? Latke? I
Yeah.
don't.
Latkes, latkes, however you. Stuffing a turkey with oh, I guess that makes sense.
With what?
With challah bread, which I guess if you're gonna stuff it, you might as well. I wonder how much of this we did. I totally don't remember.
Yo, I hate
But
turkey. Don't be, don't be inviting me to no Thanksgiving if turkey is all you got. If it's just gonna be
oh,
turkey and sides, I hate turkey, bro. I hate going to someone's Thanksgiving and all they got is some turkey and like some dry mac and cheese. Cause if a okay, if I see a white person made it, I'm already a bit skeptical. Like
right.
I glance in the kitchen and I see like I see a Cheryl on the stove. I'm like, like, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
is how is this gonna turn out? And if it the only meat you got is turkey, I'm going home. Like, I'm going home, man. I can't do this.
I'll note to not invite you to our Thanksgiving.
What do y'all be? What is your Thanksgiving? What goes down?
Um, like, what's the whole night like?
What are the like? What is the food? What y'all be
The
eating?
food. Let's see. Okay.
Can your mom cook? Well,
Ac-
I don't want to get into that. I don't want any like disrespecting moms on here, but
well, my mom can bake. My mom makes desserts most of the time.
that's why you
And
like
she can make
baking.
some good desserts, which is probably why I like baking. Yeah, because I've been baking with her like forever. She makes this like egg salad thing though. It's basically just a pile of egg salad, but that's whatever. That's what she'll cook. It's an appetizer. It's just a pile of egg salad that you can put on crackers. But um, okay, I'm imagining the table at my aunt's house. What's there?
What's there?
Um,
Close your eyes
turkey.
and feel it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a turkey.
got the
Okay,
turkey. Got the stuffing next to it.
okay. Black people
Sweet
call it dressing,
potatoes.
but okay. Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Typically two types of sweet potatoes because two people will end up bringing sweet potatoes. Maybe that's not typical, but that's just what has happened the last couple of years. Because someone in my family, I don't know who, likes putting marshmallows in the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, that's a black thing.
So
That's a.
yeah,
Are you
so
not
we'll have
about
the
the
sweet potatoes
marshmallow?
without marshmallows and the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows. I like both. Um, what else?
Try to think.
Cranberry bread.
Is there casseroles? I know white people love casseroles. Is there different types of
I don't
casseroles
think
there?
so. I
Okay.
don't think we have any casseroles. Something with spinach, I think, but it's not like a casserole.
There's no mac and cheese.
No mac and
No
cheese.
mashed potatoes? Do you all eat mashed potatoes?
Do we? I
Corn?
think the sweet potatoes cover it.
Nah, bro. Cornbread. What about cornbread?
We got cranberry bread,
Oh man,
but
I'm
the
not.
cranberry bread is super good.
If I
But
ever, I doubt this would happen, but like if I'm in Chicago and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm in Chicago on Thanksgiving. I know where to not.
you are not. Yeah,
I know where to not go.
you will not be at my house.
No mashed potatoes, bro. No cornbread, man. Nah,
Yeah,
man. Do you got greens? What about greens? Collard
yeah,
greens.
yeah. Maybe not collard greens. Wait,
Wait, but y'all don't
I
y'all
don't know
don't
what collard greens are.
make y'all don't make no pork, so there's no like ham in there, man.
Yeah, no.
Y'all just eating plain greens.
Plain greens. Yeah, basically, yeah. Plain greens.
Oh man, that's scary, bro. I've had some scary Thanksgivings. You ever gone to like multiple stops on Thanksgiving where you like start the day at like and then you go to like two other people's places and you're eating like so much that day? Because people get too intense on Thanksgiving where they're like they want you to eat everything. They get up
Yeah.
they get up like they if say you're eating more of one thing than the person who you're eating the least amount of food from, they're looking at you, they're side-eyeing you. They're like, "Oh, you acted
Hmm.
funny now. You're not going to eat my cornbread?" It's like I've had like 7 cornbreads today. Ah, you acted funny now. It's like I can't do this. Like
Well, we do. It's not always because there were some the politics of my dad's family, but the last few years, my brother and I will start at my mom's family's Thanksgiving, and then we go to my dad's family's Thanksgiving. But we typically get to my dad's in time for just like dessert,
hmm.
so we don't have to. They're not like, oh, come eat all this other food because I don't know what I would do
Do you be
if I
taking a
had to
bunch of
do
stuff
that.
home?
Yeah, most of the time.
I was about to say, do you eat ribs? But nah, nah, I
No,
don't eat ribs. Have you ever had ribs
yeah.
before? Have you ever had some nice tender
I th-
ribs?
I think I have, but a long time ago. They're probably fine. I don't remember.
Ribs are good,
I'd
man.
try ribs maybe,
Ribs are
but
godly.
maybe I'll try them at some point.
I can't.
Uh,
A cornbreadless Thanksgiving, man. Is there ever a cast iron skillet involved? Y'all be cast
yeah.
iron. Y'all bust out the
Wait.
cast iron skillet.
Wait. No. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh
Can't
man.
think. I misremembered what a cast iron skillet is. If that gives any indication to how often we're using them.
Think of that skillet you use when you're like
Yeah.
cooking by a campfire. Like
Yeah. When I got home, like from school, I wanted to. What are you doing, Mouse? Um, I just wanted to make an egg, but the only like pan I could find was this cast iron skillet, and it got so hot, and it just like fried this egg, and I was like, okay. Oh
make
right, we talked about this. That all I'm doing is eating
that's
eggs.
all you do.
But
That's literally all you. What did you eat today? I'm gonna ask you this every episode. What
I have
did you
eaten
eat
nothing
today?
today.
You've eaten nothing
I
today,
have not.
man.
I've had not had anything to eat today.
Yo.
I will. I should eat something before I go to my friends actually, but I don't know what
You're
I'll
gonna
eat.
get eggs. I bet it'll be eggs.
Maybe I'll make some eggs. Yeah.
How do you make your eggs? What is your preferred method of eating eggs?
Um, Either fried or scrambled, or over hard or scrambled, typically. Or like, is there an over medium?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a thing,
I was over.
but maybe that.
I had some over
I
easy
don't like
eggs
runny
this
eggs
morning
though.
from. Oh yeah, I remember. I mentioned runny eggs and I saw your face like like scrunch up before.
There was that moment in what's that movie? Saltburn, where he's like, I don't like runny eggs, and
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
me neither, guy. Yeah.
Runny eggs are good. Like, do you? Okay, this is like a very since I have like a Japanese dad, so this is he would always
Right.
make me the breakfast his mom made him. So it'd be like some rice, some eggs that are very yolky, like runny,
Mm-hmm.
and then like some soy sauce and like a meat, whatever you want it to be. It could be like bacon or you could just do it without the meat, but you mix it all together. That's
Mm-hmm.
like a Japan, an Asian quick breakfast. But like you want it runny because then it like because the rice is kind of hot, so it's still like cooking
Right.
the eggs, and then like you mix it in, so it's kind of like incorporating within the rice, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
that's when it needs to be runny, man.
Yeah.
You be scrambling eggs, so you be cutting into an egg, and it's just there's no like spillage. There's no like I need to sop up the yolk with some toast up in here.
Maybe like just a little bit, just a little bit. But sometimes like I'll like if I will fry an egg and put it on a bagel and then I bite into it and it starts dripping and I'm like, oh no.
That's the best. When it's dripping down the chin and everything, you're like, yes.
I'm like, this doesn't feel right.
I went to
But
Bob Evans this morning, man, and I got me an egg and a country fried steak, and it was the runniest egg I ever had in my life. To the point where I questioned. I was like, is this an undercooked
is
egg?
this okay?
But
Yeah.
I ate all four of them anyway. I powered through them.
I remember when there was that like bird flu scare a couple months ago. They were like, you have to cook your eggs all the way through. You can't have runny
Oh
eggs.
yeah,
And people were like, oh no. And I was like, oh, that's fine.
that was not a struggle for you.
This is not a problem for me.
I was eating the runniest of
Yeah.
eggs still. I was going hard with it, man. That bird flu did not catch me.
Sure, I don't care. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh man,
What else is-
The Judaism cast, the judo cast.
Yeah, the Jew cast. I'm so
So
annoyed that my camera keeps freezing. This looks so ugly. What were you
could
saying?
could I not that I'd want to because I'm just confused. Could I like convert to Judaism? Is that a thing I could
Okay.
do? And then I could be like I'm Jewish, and then I have a Jewish family, and we're Jewish from now on.
Okay, so converting to Judaism is possible, but it's difficult. It's more difficult than like converting to Christianity. Like
Christianity
if I
wants
don't
people. They're like yes.
yeah. Judaism is definitively not evangelical and kind of gatekeepy. So it's like I don't remember if it's a myth that you have to ask like three rabbis and they'll say no.
Oh.
Um
How do they all sync up? Like they like call each other like this guy's trying to convert. We've all got.
yeah, I don't know how
like,
that works.
How do they all know
Which
this?
is what makes me
like,
think
are
it must be a
they
myth.
talking?
Yeah. There's a whole well, I mean rabbis do like I don't know. I know that's a thing that I've heard like jokes about that rabbis will all get together and argue about the Torah and then eat dinner together.
There
Cuz
was
a
like.
big
Now you. What were
oh,
you saying?
well, I was just going to say a big thing about Judaism is like questioning and like scrutinizing the Torah, which
Oh.
anyone who says that's not a thing is probably orthodox and I just don't agree with. But like that's just a big like component of it is questioning the Torah. So like for my bat mitzvah, I had to you get like your Torah portion and you give a little speech about it. And um I don't know how familiar you are with the Old Testament, but mine was from Leviticus,
Oh, I
which
know. I
is
went to church
yeah.
every single day.
And I was like, ugh. And I went to the rabbi and I was like, I don't really like my portion. I don't really like what it has to say.
It was a
And
little
she was
too
like, okay, you can
strict.
say that. Yeah. I was like, this isn't really cool. I don't remember what it was. I just remember being like, this isn't cool. And she was like, that's fine. You can say that. You just gotta like, you gotta be reason, like, you have to reason with it or whatever. I was like, okay. So I was kind of critical of my Torah portion. But again, I imagine the Ben Shapiro types will be like, how can you do that?
You
But
gino.
you gino.
that's gonna make me laugh every time.
Yeah.
There was like a Seinfeld episode where like Bryan Cranston in the '90s was a reoccurring character on Seinfeld, like a young Bryan Cranston. He played
Yeah.
like a dentist, and there was like an
Mhm.
episode where he becomes Jewish. He converts to Judaism, and he's like
Mhm.
identifying with the Jewish struggle too much to the point where it's making everyone
That's funny.
uncomfortable. He's like, look, how can they do us like that? Like, and
Yeah.
everyone is just like looking at him like, you don't get to say that. He's like, what do you mean I'm Jewish? Like, and he's like wearing a yarmulke all the time. Like,
Mhm.
he's like getting all into it. I'm like, that'd be me. Like,
That'd be, yeah, you'd commit to the bit. There's a plot line in Veep. What are you doing, Mouse? He's asleep and he's like kicking his leg. Um, what? Oh my god. Okay. Um, oh yeah, there's a plot line in Veep where one of the characters converts to Judaism, and like it goes through probably like half the season where he's like in like Torah study classes, and then at the very end of the season, I think it's at the end of the season, he gets circumcised,
yo, yo,
and
as an adult,
he's like in the hospital. Which, side note, I just learned that one of my friends from high school got circumcised his like freshman year of college.
yo, how did you come across this information? That's wild.
I heard about it from another friend where I was like, "How's so and so doing?" And he was like, "Oh, he just got circumcised." And I was like, "What?"
That's a choice to
I
make.
I mean, sure,
That's
if
something.
that's what you want to do.
They talk about like give your kid the right to choose that, but I'm like, no one is going to
Yeah,
choose that as an adult. Like,
I guess some people do.
yeah,
I don't know.
case in point.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know the status of any of my friends' genitals, and I want to. I intend on
I
keeping
keep
it
it
that
that
way.
way. Yeah,
I don't think I've
this is a
ever.
wild episode. This is
It's hilarious. I don't think I've ever even seen a friend like I don't know. Black people just don't really like white people will be like hanging out shirtless. Like there's always like a shirtless
mhm.
guy. I've never seen any of my friends without their shirts on. So like we're all like full. I've not even really seen my friends in shorts that often. Like we're
Yeah.
and like I shared a room with Noob for I want to say like 7 months. He slept on this very couch, and like
Hmm.
it was we kept it that way for we kept we kept it up.
Yeah, fair enough. That's how it is.
I think what will this be called? The Judaism Sandy Hook my Jew no.
This is the controversial episode.
I'm trying
Episode 2, the controversial episode.
but man, this is fun. I like doing this. I like that
Yeah.
not having to have a thing. I like that it's just
Hmm.
simple. I'm gonna make these files streamlined. I'm gonna run them all through that
Cool.
thing so it's all the same. But
Hmm.
yeah, this is fun, man.
Anyway. Yeah.
Oh yeah, cook.
Sure.
If anything comes from this, like more than views, because I'm just doing this for fun. But
Hmm.
I hope that Cam starts cooking. Cook
Oh,
food,
like
Cam.
cooking. Oh, I
Yes.
see. I thought you meant like let him cook.
Oh
Oh no,
yeah,
we mean like cooking.
in
Yeah.
both ways. Yeah, I guess it could apply in both ways.
Cooking, like making more videos. But no, I gotta like I wanted to make that a series a couple maybe like a year ago where I like start cooking. But I was like,
Oh
I don't even
man.
know where to begin. Like I don't
Oh man, if I was a
and I've
if
been
I
doing
was a
plenty of
Chicagoan, I would be
yeah.
like cooking with Awesome and Cam, and I
Yeah.
would just be telling you what to do and have you do it. Like I would just
Mhm.
lay the things out and be like, now do this.
Yeah. I definitely remember there were shows like that, like a baking show where it would be like they give them all the ingredients and they're like make a cake and they don't tell them any of the measurements.
I would tell you the
I wonder how.
measurements. I would tell you the
Yeah.
measurements. Have you ever fried chicken before? Is that?
No.
Oh man.
Are we talking like breaded and put in a like
Like
in oil?
yeah, breaded and put in oil.
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Oh man, that's something you got to do, man. You got to do
Yeah.
it. But yeah, Cam cook food.
Yeah.
What makes the whites happy makes the blacks upset. That's
Indeed.
I will get. Well, no, I don't want to commit to anything because I was gonna say if we get 500,000, like I was thinking of some crazy, but I'm like, there's always that chance you wake up one day and like you're a you're a viral moment, and then I.
Oh yeah.
And
I was gonna say I've got my shirt press. I'll make you a shirt. I'll send you the shirt.
then you have to do that.
But
I was gonna say I will
yeah.
get that tattooed at like. But then that the off chance you wake up and you're a viral moment.
I know. I'm like, I'll write it on my forehead, and then I'm like, no, I will not do that.
What makes the whites
Actually,
happy? If you just put blacks upset.
blacks. Yeah.
But yeah, this
That's
was
all I
fun.
need.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think we should end this now, just so we can give this time
Yeah.
to process. But yeah, thanks, Cameron, Killa Cam. We in here, man.
Indeed.